Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today I would like to offer your monthly elemental energy reading for the element of fire for July of 2024. Fire covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you're Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or have fire high in your charts, this message is for you. If you've never had your charts done, there is a natal chart I linked in the description. It's not an affiliate. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but it's a really good chart. It gives you the basic circle with all the little houses on it, but then goes through a 10 to 20 page, depending on what's all there, description of what all of that means. So it's a good way, if you've never had your charts read, it's a good way to kind of get an introduction to them. And we'll start off with the I-ching, which I cast before the video got started. Save us a little bit of time there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you enjoy this type of content, and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And we'll get started with our I-ching, which is number 35 for our fire family. 35 is progress. Progress, the richly endowed prince receives royal favors in the form of numerous steeds and is granted audience 3 times in a single day. So what this is really talking about is right now everything is really lined up for you. Receiving or being granted an audience 3 times in a single day is huge. Normally you have to wait months to get a single audience with a royal person, but in this situation it's saying that you're getting 3 audiences, which is impressive. And it also is talking about this concept of you've put the work in. You've done all of the things that you needed to do, and that's coming back to you in the form of numerous steeds, which is powerful forward movement, but it's also being granted audience with someone above you. So the hard work you've been putting in, fire, is really coming around as a payout in this next month. So far, it looks like a pretty positive month for July for fire. Let's take a peek at the line. So we'll start with our bottom line here, our foundation, where progress seems likely to be cut short. Righteous persistence brings good fortune. To respond to lack of confidence with liberality entails no error. So even if it doesn't seem, the first part of the month is what I'm hearing, if it doesn't seem like it's going to pan out, you just keep doing the same thing, you keep pushing forward, you're kind of feeling that, is this ever going to play out and be what it's supposed to be? It's saying keep the persistence. That righteous persistence is honest, good, hard labor, and that's going to will bring the good fortune. That's going to bring all of the good things. It just may not feel like that when you start this month off, is what they're saying. So our second place line, where progress is being made sorrowfully, righteous persistence brings good fortune. A little happiness is received thanks to the Queen Mother. So this could be a physical, high-ranking woman around you in a position of authority, or it could also be a spiritual aspect. So where progress is being made sorrowfully, in other words, it just may not feel like you're achieving anything. That's that I have to get up and go to work today energy. The righteous persistence is going to bring the good fortune. Keep pushing forward. It may not feel like it in this moment, and once you start to get into that, oh, the things are starting to work out, it's going to start moving faster, and the rewards, however that manifests for you, is going to come to fruition. And the Queen Mother, whether it's a spiritual divine aspect through a goddess, or if it's a higher up within whatever business you're working in, is going to actually be someone who helps pivot things into where you are getting the credit, you are getting the recognition, things are starting to move, and it's just they're going to bump things in the right direction. So our third place line, all are in good accord, regret vanishes. That pretty much sums up everything. Everything's going in the right direction with that little help from the divine feminine or from the higher up female in your business, and All the regret, all that worry, that sorrowful labor that I don't want to show up at work anymore is going to start to dissolve because you're going to see the results of all the hard work you've put in. So our 4th place line, squirrel-like progress, persistence would have serious consequences. Squirrels tend to be a little distracted by things. So spreading yourself too thin, being distracted by all the new shiny things is not going to work in your favor if you let yourself get that way. Persistence would have serious consequences. Staying focused on the important things, not all the distractions, is going to be a little bit preferred. They're saying squirrel-like progress. Let's see what they say here. Implies trying to rise too high and advance quickly, exposing ourselves to unnecessary risks. That's that being scattered too thin. With that squirrel aspect, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, period. That's just the big thing they keep putting in there. You're wanting to do more and more and more because now you're starting to get the rewards. They're saying don't do that. Stay focused on the important things, the things that you've been doing. That will garnish the rewards. Adding more in, scattering yourself thin is not going to be rewarded. So, our 5th place line, regret vanishes, care not for loss or gain, to seek some goal or destination now would bring good fortune, everything is favorable. As you go through this month, things are going to improve. The regret of, well, I could have done, that squirrel energy of how many things can I shove into a day, that is no longer becoming a priority by the end of the month. And you don't really worry so much at this point because you're comfortable and things have adjusted where you're in a more stable position. So the comfort of loss or gain is a little less of a concern because you have elevated, due to hard work and dedication, you've elevated beyond that. Seeking a goal or destination would bring good fortune, everything is favorable. So if there's something new that you want to aim for, this is the time to start setting those intentions, working on those next steps. If it's a destination, it could be a vacation you've been saving for. Now's the time to request the time off, so to speak. The energy is in your favor to seek out the things that you've been wanting because you have a higher likelihood, because sun is shining on you basically, of achieving those goals. So our capstone, our top stone here, top line, he advances with lowered horns, intent solely upon subduing cities of his enemies. Whether his affairs go awry or prosper, he is not in error, but for him to persist thus would involve him in basically falling out of favor. So, you don't want to keep pushing forward in an aggressive, I'm going to burn down all my enemies or those who are in my way, because that's not going to be beneficial for you. The I-ching is really clear. Persistence, it's always been righteous persistence. Honest, dedicated, upfront, transparent type hard work is going to reward you this month. It may not feel like it in the first part, but by the end of the month it looks like things are going to clear up. But don't put yourself in the situation where you have to fight for what you are. That's not going to help you. When it talks about head down, charging forward, think of a bull charging in a field. They put their head down, they start paw the ground, and then they take off. That is not going to be beneficial for you. You might win a couple of small battles, but the overall war is not going to be in your favor because the higher ups, so to speak, are going to see, oh, okay, they got this position and now all of a sudden they're acting like this. It's that ego mind that kicks in, so you really want to make sure that you just stay with your your righteous persistence and work towards that end. Don't let the ego get too swollen just because everything's starting to line up for you. That's great, but that's also just a little heads up type thing. The ego is going to try to feed on that. Don't let that happen. So, with that, we will hop over to our tarot reading. I read week by week, and there's approximately 4.5 weeks, so we'll go with 5 sets of cards. We read a guide or guardian for each week, which is a guide to help you through the week or a guardian to keep you safe from any of the unknowns that might be coming up. We look at a lesson or a message from Source. which is just a supportive message from the divine, giving you a little encouragement that week. And then we also have at the last card for each week is going to be a lesson or challenge from the tarot, giving us an idea of something to work on if we want to, incorporate something into our practice, or giving you a little heads up of something that might be coming forward that week. So, and if you're interested in any of the cards that I am using, they're linked in the description down below. Also, these readings are timeless, so pick and choose what works, and it might be in a different order. This is just the order it's coming through for me when I record the videos. But the big thing is, enjoy your life. Live your life to the best way you can. The cards can just give you a little heads up or a little advice. They're not going to solve all your problems. So just pointing that out. Your first week's guide or guardian is the Ascended Master El Moria and the Blue Star Sapphire, which is actually a stone for Idaho. This card is your higher will. I surrender to the purpose I was born to fulfill. I embrace my delicious divine destiny. I allow spiritual inspiration to flow through my heart and align with me with the higher plan for my soul. The universe guides me with goodwill and positive affirmations, encouraging me to believe in myself and grow. The universe knows what I need to fulfill my purpose, provides me with kindness and enthusiasm. I trust the universe and myself as I faithfully create my beautiful path in this life, one step at a time. So, your first guide is the Ascended Master El Moria and the Blue Star Sapphire. If you have a Blue Star Sapphire, which is pretty cool, this would be the week to wear it. Whether it's a necklace, whether it's a ring, however it is, or have it on your altar or somewhere where you can see it and be aware of it. This week is about tapping into your higher energy, your higher frequency, your higher will. This is not the harsh iron will. This is the will that connects you to the divine. This first week is really reminding you that righteous persistence, that staying honest and true to what you believe, your morals and your ethics, is what's going to feed you through the rest of this month. And this card is saying, we're here just to remind you and give you the support you need to wield your divine will, your higher will. The universe has your back. It's just a matter of you staying true to yourself and to your morals and ethics. So, your message from Source: metamorphosis, embrace transformation. Things are now different. It may not feel like it the first part of this month, like the I-ching talked about. You might be getting to that point where you're just like, nothing is happening. I just keep pushing forward. Nothing's changing. Metamorphosis takes time. And there's a lot of the time where you're in your cocoon, you're in your bubble, and you're doing the thing, you're doing the inner work. The inner work and the outer worlds are sometimes at odds with each other. But this is saying the transformation is occurring on the subtle level, but it's going to manifest into the physical. You just have to make sure to trust the process. It's not going to be, it could end up being very magical, but it's not going to be at the first of the month. You may not notice it very much then. As you go through the month, things are going to shift. So let's take a peek at what the tarot has to say as a lesson or a challenge. Hopefully it's lessons. We prefer lessons to challenges. We have number 3, the Empress, with Archangel Gabriel. Lavish abundance, giving birth to your dreams, nurturing yourself and others. As this first week is going on, it may feel a little bit heavy. The Empress with Archangel Gabriel is coming forward to say, even though things might be a little bit slow, might be a little bit rough feeling energy, you're working with a transformative point. And if that means you might feel a little bit more tired than usual, take a nap. Take the time to take care of yourself. They're saying God Source Divine is bringing this through. You have permission to take the time to take care of yourself, whether that is taking a little bath, taking a reading break, going out with friends and watching a funny movie, going to that barbecue you weren't really sure about, you kind of want to, but you just don't know. Take the time to enjoy life. This week can be a little intense, or this month's going to be a little intense, because things, when they get moving, are going to move quickly. So this first week is just kind of like, it's okay, we're here, we're supporting you, It might not feel like things are moving the right direction, but they really are. So do the things that support you spiritually and mentally. Your second week is Archangel Metatron and Clear Quartz. This card is a power card. I embrace the opportunity to explore healthy relationships to personal power. This supports my spiritual journey to fulfill my destiny for the benefits of all beings. I choose to express my power in a way that is respectful, merciful, and kind towards myself and all others. I utilize my growing power to awaken my boldness and confidence. I recognize the inevitability of my divine fulfillment. When you have Metatron coming in, it's time for some changes, positive changes. And the first week was about tapping into your divine will, kind of taking care, doing some self-care, feeling more at peace, balanced, and grounded while connecting up. The second week, you've got Metatron and Clear Quartz saying the Clear Quartz is here just to basically plug in and enhance whatever you're doing. It's going to amplify that energy. Metatron's coming in to support you, but also to let you know that things are now put in motion. It's time to move. Things are set up for your success. It's time to step forward. Step into the path that you have been praying, hoping, dreaming, however that's manifested. You've been setting yourself up for this. Metatron is saying, let's ascend. Let's move into this higher frequency. The stars are aligned. The ball's in your court. You have the authority. The second week is really about stepping into that in its fullest sense. That can be a little intimidating, but they're saying that you have the support to take those steps. Your message from Source is the Well Maidens: kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. The Well Maidens are Glastonbury's well, the wells of eternal life, of the Glastonbury well, if you want to go with that. This is your connection to Avalon. This is your connection to the higher frequencies. You're also working with a very powerful divine feminine, just like the Queen Mother in the I-ching. So the second week, pay attention to the signs from the feminine, whether that is dreams of a goddess or of a female spirit guide, whether that is a supportive higher manager that happens to be female. You're working with energy this week that is more projective. You're setting yourself up to expand and grow, but there's going to be the subtle message from someone who is of the more gentle sex that is going to encourage you and is going to support you in this shift into this higher frequency. And that's just like with I-ching was saying, it's going to be kind of facilitated by them. You've done the work, you've set everything up. They're going to tap the right people on the shoulder and turn the right heads to get you the recognition that you deserve for the work that you've done. And they're saying just make sure to be grateful when everything starts to happen. You may not know. You may not know the person in power within the physical that is adjusting things. This may come completely out of the blue as far as how these certain people are coming to you, but be aware that it's more than likely because someone higher up who happens to be divine in a position of authority that is female that is pointing out the fact that you're doing this. And I don't know why they are emphasizing this, but don't be surprised if it's someone you don't know at the time that this occurs. You'll probably get to know them later, but at this particular moment you might not know this person. So your lesson or challenge is the Four of Water: missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom, opening your eyes to the possibilities. This is a little bit of a call out, which is kind of weird to have it with the positive energy we've got going on here. Do not ignore the opportunities that are coming up this month. The second week especially, the opportunities are going to be a little bit more transparent. You're going to notice them a little bit better. Don't ignore them. If it feels wrong, obviously that's not an opportunity for you, but if it's in line with what you've been working on, with what you've been working towards, and they come to you and be like, would you be interested in fill in the blank? This particular one is saying, don't say no. 100% explore the possibility of what they're offering. Say, yeah, sure, what more do you want? What more is there that I don't know yet? Or how can I apply? How can I step into? Get all the details, that way you know for sure. But this week is really about not missing the opportunities that are being offered. So, your third week's guide or guardian tapping into that divine feminine going forward here, is the goddess Ishtar, and the stone is astrophyllite. I'm not sure what that one is. It is the Daring Rebirth stone, or card. With radical optimism and unconditional trust, I embrace and embody a new emanation of my higher self. I welcome my innate spiritual capacity for rebirth. With boldness of spirit, I allow myself to be transformed. I am willing. I am ready. I trust in endings as the hallmark of new cycles of grace and fruition within my life. My soul is luminous and victorious with the sacred power of the phoenix. I rise with it. So you have the goddess Ishtar, who went into the darkness, conquered her demons, and came back out glorious. This card is saying you've done the hard work. You're coming out of that now. When she shows up in life in general, Ishtar is seen as a very positive force, a way of breaking down barriers, and a way of lifting people into their higher states. You had Metatron in the second week, now you have the goddess Ishtar in the third week. This is a really powerful time of growth and expansion for you, and if it's not so much showing up in the physical, like your business life, your work life is pretty good, then this is a time to really turn inward and work on elevating yourself with the divine's help into a higher frequency. Meditation, doing spiritual practices, but this is really about growth and expansion. And when you have this type of energy, I don't know what the stone is, the astrophyllite, that's a new one to me, but the goddess Ishtar is very much a powerful goddess of positive change, positive transformation, and expansive growth into more honestly of who you are at your core. Because when she goes into the underworld, she's stripped bare, she's flayed to nothing, and when she comes out, she's reborn into a perfected aspect of who she is. She knows more of who she really is, and that's the energy that's coming forward. Is you've been through your trial by fire, and now it's time to move into the more powerful rebirth. When that happens, you know yourself in a much better way than you did at the start of the journey. And that's an important aspect to remember. Your message from Source is the sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. This is 100% in support of Ishtar. The rebirthing process is not always the most comfortable, but it's necessary. That fertility that breeds and births and co-creates the miracles in life are really coming forward in this third week. And what Source wants to bring in is allow your heart to expand. Feel the joy in things as they go through. If you're single, there could be some new romances coming in. If you're in a relationship, this third week is also a time to tap into that relationship. Put some time aside for a date night, for drop the kids off at grandma's house or whatever, but spend some time with your partner this week as well. Source is saying the growth, the expansion, the powerful alignments that are coming in for you can be a little bit intense. Stay with your partner, work with that growth together, because the beauty of it is going to be even more powerful when you bring your partner along with. And if your partner's with you, then the kids and the rest of them are going to be on the same page, not so much automatically, but more closely aligned, because you are the powerful leaders within the household. And when your partner's on board with the growth that you're experiencing, the rest of the family tends to be more in line with it automatically. So let's look at the third week's guide or lesson or challenge. We have number 4, some major arcana energy coming in here with the Emperor Archangel Michael. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, and leadership. Just because everything is going your way doesn't mean you have the privilege of letting things slide. The Emperor's coming forward to remind you, not so much of as a lesson so much as a slight challenge. Everything's going your way. This is not a time to slack off. Everything is building the proper direction, holding the balance between work and home, family and business, social life and home life, and all of these things. It sounds like a lot, but in reality it's simple choices that allow the balance to fall into place. But the Emperor's coming in to balance all of the things that are coming in, all the busyness, saying, yeah, it's getting a little bit messy because you have so many things going on, but don't forget the important stuff. Hold on to the balance, because if you're balanced here, in this thing here, if you're balanced here, the outside world tends to be a little bit more balanced as well, because as within, so without. When you're quiet and you're more balanced inside yourself, the outside world tends to be a little bit more organized and more balanced as well. So let's take a peek at our 4th week guide or guardian here. And it keeps giving me these 2 cards together. I shuffled it multiple times. So we have Archon Barbello and Picture Jasper, which is supporting card. I choose to accept the reality that there is support for all levels of my being. I lean into the loving embrace of the universe so that I can experience complete and ultimate spiritual fulfillment in such a way that all beings may gain spiritual benefit. I trust in this divine support, and my courage and boldness increase. I choose to live with unconditional trust and confidence with divine grace. You also have the Ascended Master Jesus Christ and Rosafia. There we go. Meaningful sacrifice. I joyfully release what has been, so I am open to what needs to be. My soul knows how to receive, so it can give, and to give, so it can receive. I am a surrendered channel for grace. In my In my faithfulness to a higher plan, I attract unlimited assistance, healing, light, and beauty into my heart. This gives me confidence to let go. I honor and am expanded and nourished by devotion within my soul. So the message that's coming forward is you have a support for everything that you've got going on, and it's time to let some things go that are weighing you down. Everything this month is all about powerful growth, powerful movement, and expansion. Support is offered, support is given, so embrace the support. When you grow, when you expand, there are times that things that you've been kind of, that monkey on your back baggage that you've been toting around, or those, as Pilgrim's Progress, you have just the baggage that you just can't get rid of. There comes a point when you have to let some of that go, lay your burdens down. And that's what the other aspect this 4th week is calling for, is you've had a lot of growth, you have a lot of expansion, things are really going well energetically this month. 4th week is going to bring to your attention something that is no longer serving you. And they're saying that this is not going to be, it's going to be something unexpected, something you didn't quite realize that was something you were holding on to. And it's not like it's bad, but in this moment, you no longer need it. So it's time to pass it on and gift it, so to speak, to someone else, because they are in need of it. You no longer need it. And by giving that to that other person, it's going to end up coming, and something better is going to come back and supporting for you. So your message from Source is stagnant waters, feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. God, Source Divine, however you see this aspect, is saying you don't want to get stuck holding on to something that no longer serves, even if it's something that is good objectively. In this moment, it no longer offers any support, benefit, or alignment to you. It has become stagnant. It is time to release it. Allow that flow of energy. Fire, you're a moving element. You move a lot. You're very, very active in everything that you do. So to become stagnant, banking that fire is not always a bad thing, but when you're banking, you're not producing as much as you could. You're not growing in the way that would be most supportive of your soul. So the stagnant waters card is saying very gently, it's okay to let it go. It's time. You do not want to get weighed down by this. It does not benefit you anymore. It's not a whatever it is, whether it's a position, whether it's a tool for a job, it no longer serves you. Objectively, it's good. Pass it on to the next one and let them get the benefit of it as well. And it could be knowledge as well, that it's time to pass the knowledge on, and it's not so much getting rid of it, it's just you're not using it, so share it type thing. Your 4th week's lesson or challenge is 3 of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for high quality work, being a team player. This card is 100% playing into the I-ching aspect, and it's supporting you. It's a lesson. Your creativity, your inspiration, your thinking outside the box is what got you to the attention of the higher ups. It is what's brought you into that higher frequency. It's what's brought others' attention to you. Keep using that creativity. Keep thinking outside the box. Understand the box, the rules, the structure, the policies, the practices, but allow yourself to look at the bigger picture and be like, okay, this is where I need it to fit. But if I take other aspects and I can readjust them, they'll still fit within the box, but it's a new way of doing something. It's a new way of experiencing life, and this is what the 3 of Earth is saying. Don't let go of the things that helped support you and get you to the point you're at. Everything this month is very much positive, forward movement, expansion, and growth, and your creativity fire has been a huge aspect of that. So let's hop over to your 5th and final week's guide or guardian, as I throw almost all the cards on the floor. That's cool. We have the Ascended Master Mother Mary and Celestite. Very, very powerful stone. Very, very high frequency, I should say. Unconditional trust. Unconditional trust brings relief to my heart, fresh energy to my mind. I am gently lifted into joy. A feeling of playfulness awakens within my heart now. I dare to open myself willingly, faithfully, and lovingly to what is and what shall be. The universe looks out for me, has my best interests at heart, and acts for my highest good. I rest in the sacred companionship with the Divine Mother and open myself to a higher frequency. I am so free, graceful, and blessed that I am an inspiration for others. This 5th week, look at how awesome the month of July has been. They're saying in this last week, it is most definitely time to do some reflecting and reviewing, but to realize that you've had a lot of skills and a lot of development going on for at least the last year. So it's been a minute that you've been working on this. And right now you have some pretty powerful energy moving forward, and it's saying, just appreciate, show the great gratitude for where you're at. You've trusted the process this far, keep trusting it. Things don't always look on a continual upward basis. You know, there's that meme you see on social media where it's like, what you think growth is, what it really is as you continue to do this. That's what they're saying is, you've trusted the process so far, through the ups, through the downs, through the hiccups, through the side quests, so to speak, coming back onto the main path. Keep trusting the process. Things are going the right way. Your message from Source is Lady of the Lake, new beginnings. Something is about to happen. You've had a powerful month this month of July. Things are going in the right direction. Things are going upwards. You're gaining the recognition for the work that you've done. The Lady of the Lake is saying everything that you've been working towards up to this point has either taken itself to the next level, it's taken itself to the obvious conclusion of the path. Now it's time for something new. So it's this last week, you could also be looking forward to what is it now that you want to continue to grow on. You've already experienced and expressed and expanded the things previous. What's next? Your lesson or challenge is the 6 of Earth. Gifts of money, time, or effort to new career opportunities, receiving a loan, paying off debts. This month has been all about a windfall coming in for our fire family. This windfall has been different for each person, but it's saying it could be financial, it could be spiritual, it could be a household. If you're single, you may have met somebody. If you are already in a relationship, that relationship could have deepened. Work could be really good right now. If you were going to start a business, this first month could be a very good month for you. However that's manifesting, the 6 of Earth is saying things that are coming in, gratefully receive, gratefully share, pay off the things that are needing to be paid off, and enjoy life, not frivolously, but with care and compassion and expansion. So hopefully these messages resonate for y'all, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great month of July. It looks like, if the cards in I-ching are right, fire's going to be rocking it this month of July. So enjoy the rest of this month, and I will see you in the next video.